Assalamualaikum and hello to all of you. I'm Dr. Aisha. This is the lecture for Chapter 2, Flexible Budget, Direct Cost Variance and Management Control, specifically on Level 3 Variance Analysis. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you the example of Level 3 Variance Analysis by using the simple way for you to understand the Level 3 in an easy way. Alright, so as you already know that in Level 3 Variance Analysis, you will have both price variance and efficiency variance for direct cost inputs. And direct cost inputs means both direct material and direct labor. And this is the formula for price variance and efficiency variance. And this is generally something that is not that new. You already seen this in the previous video before, right? And this is the example of Level 3 analysis where I use the biryani restaurant as an example in this case, so that you can see the clearer example or much more simple case for you to understand this Level 3 better. Okay? Alright, so for Level 3 analysis, as I said before, I use biryani restaurant as an example where the output unit is basically 100 plates of biryani rice. And for budgeted purpose, basically, as someone who has a restaurant selling biryani, normally we use 10 kilogram of basmati rice for us to produce 100 plates of biryani rice. Alright, so by using 10 kilogram of basmati rice, normally we can come up with 100 plates of biryani rice, which means for one plate it equal to 100 gram or 0.1 kilogram of rice, okay, of basmati rice. Alright, so as usual, you already have 3 columns. Okay, the first one is actual cost incurred, where actual input quantity times with the actual price. The second column, you will have actual input quantity times with budgeted price. And the third column is on the flexible budget, where you will have a budgeted input quantity allowed for actual output times with the budgeted price. Alright, so as in this example, okay, while the aim is to produce 100 plates of biryani rice, where normally we use 10 kilogram of basmati rice, but the actual, what happened, what in reality it happened to be, like we just use 8 kilogram of basmati rice, where the actual price is 10 kilogram the actual price is actually 10 ringgit per kilogram. Okay, so as in this case, while normally the budgeted we use 10 kilogram, but in reality we only use 8 kilogram. Okay, so total 8 kilograms times with 10 ringgit per kilogram, so we can get the cost here of 80 of our actual cost incurred. Alright, in the second column, actual input quantity, where we only use 8 kilogram times with the budgeted price, okay, that is 12 kilogram, and we can get here the total of 96 dollar, okay, 96 ringgit. So as in here, we can see that the actual input quantity is actually much lower than the budgeted, because the budgeted normally we need 10 kilogram, but actually in reality we use only 8 kilogram. Alright, so as for these two column, I just want to compare on the price variance. As we can see here, this is 10 kilogram, the reality, and the budgeted is 12 per kilogram, which means the budgeted price is higher than the actual. So as in this case, if we minus 96 with 80, we can get here the 16 of the favorable, where the price variance is favorable in the sense that the actual is much lower than the budgeted. Okay, so as I said before, we need to investigate why this happened. Okay, why the price variance favorable variance occurred. Is that because of we get special price from supplier? Why the price is lower? Is that because we get a special price from supplier, or because of other things like discount, etc., etc.? This is something that we have to investigate. As in the second case, we compare between column 2 and column 3. Alright, the column 2 actual input quantity is 8 kg, but for flexible budget, the budgeted input quantity allowed for actual output, as I said before, we want to produce 100 plates, and each plates we need 0.1 kg per unit, okay, as in this calculation, and times with 12 per kilogram. This is the price of the budgeted price, so we can get here 120. Okay, so as we compare between this and this, what actually makes different? This is actual input quantity, and this is budgeted input quantity allowed for actual output, and the price is all similar, budgeted price, budgeted price. So in this efficiency variance, we can see that here in the third column, 100 plates time with 0.1, it means that we need basically 10 kg, but in reality we occur to, like we just need 8 kg to produce 100 plates, which means we are very efficient in the sense that by using just 8 kg of basmati rice, we still can produce 100 plates of biryani rice. So it means that in terms of efficiency, we are highly efficient. Probably why this happened to be like this, why we just need 8 kg, because sometimes if we use high grade high quality basmati rice, we can come up with more quantity of rice than usual. Okay, which means if for example we use low quality basmati rice, we probably need 10 kg of rice to come up to prepare 100 plates of biryani. But in the case that we use high quality basmati rice, just by using 8 kg of basmati rice is enough for us to produce up to 100 plates of biryani rice. This is because high grade basmati rice, normally it can expand like longer and bigger. So the quality of basmati rice, it really matters. So as in this case, as I said before, just by using 8 kg is more than enough, is enough for us to cover for 100 plates of basmati rice. So as in this case, we can see that the efficiency variance is favorable. Okay, all right, this is for the case of direct material. Now we look at the case for direct labor. Okay, all right, as usual, this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3. Alright, and column 1 is actually actual input quantity times with actual price. Okay, so let's say in order for us to produce 100 basmati rice, we need 5 hours to prepare for that. Okay, and the rate for the salary, the wages that we need to pay is 22 per hour. This is the actual, and this is the actual hours times with the budgeted. Okay, the budgeted rate of the labor, because we are talking about direct manufacturing labor now. All right, so the budgeted is 20, but the actual is 22, which means it is unfavorable of the price variance, in the sense that the budgeted is lower while the actual is higher. So we have to study why this happened, why this unfavorable of this, why price variance occur of 10 ringgit and it is unfavorable. It is possible that this happened because we use local people compared to foreigners, so the rate is higher. For example, if we employ the Malaysian to work with us, so normally the rate is higher compared to when we use foreign workers, for example, which they normally will be able to accept low rate of wages. So this might be the reason. Okay, as for the efficiency variance in the case of labor, for example, like this, 3 units times 0.08 hour per unit times 20 per hour. Okay, this is the budgeted rate for wages. All right, so we can see here the variance is this one 160 and this one is 100. Okay, in the sense that if we can see here in total 100 units times 0.0. Alright, so as for efficiency variance, we compare between column 2 and column 3. Alright, and as for column 3, 100 units times with 0.08 hour per unit, which means totally we need 8 hours. Alright, and the price is similar, 20 and 20, because both refers to the budgeted price. And we can see here the budgeted is higher than this, okay, and we can see that it is favorable in the sense that, like in the budgeted, we need normally 8 hours to prepare the biryani rice, but in reality we just need 5 hours. So this is very efficient. Okay, so this is very efficient. It takes, just 5 hours. The budgeted normally takes 8 hours. So in terms of efficiency, in terms of labor, we can actually, we have to investigate further why it happened to be like this. So it is possible that we normally use skilled or competent worker. Okay, so if you use a competent worker, someone who is very capable in preparing the biryani rice, then you know that you can cut the operating hours from 8 hours just to 5 hours, because he is very competent to do the work. Alright, and some more, it is very efficient in the sense that there's no waste of biryani rice. Like normally if you cook biryani, there can be a residual, sort of macam nasi tu rosak ke, hangit ke, atau berkerak ke, and they will be able to cook at the right temperature to lead to high quality and long lasting products because of the skill worker use, and they know the right technique to cook, and they can like make the rice last longer. Alright, so this is in fact another things that we have to consider or we have to investigate. Alright, nevertheless, if we use low skill worker, we might not be able to achieve high efficiency due to waste or rejection, or sometimes they make mistakes, so the product cannot be used. So it much depends on the skill, whether the skill of the labor is high or low. So if, for example, we use low skill labor, we can see here the price might be lower. But if we use high skill or highly competent worker, the price here might be higher. So as in this case, it's very common that in price variance for direct manufacturing labor, this might be higher. Okay, this might be, the actual might be higher and leads to inefficiency. Leads to unfavorable. But in the efficiency, it can be favorable in the sense that if the worker is good, they can, yes, we pay a little bit higher, but in terms of efficiency, they can save a lot here. Alright, so there must be, some kind of like a benefit and cost for this situation. Alright, that's all, and I hope you understand more, especially in understanding what does it mean by this budgeted input quantity, as well as how to differentiate between the budgeted input quantity allowed for actual output together with what does it mean by actual input quantity that we normally use in level 3 analysis. Alright, that's all for today. Bye bye, assalamualaikum, and have a nice day to all of you.